Well, holy Fantastic Four, have we got some rumors to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Things are getting crazy once again. We were just talking about some Fantastic Four rumors yesterday when it comes to the casting, and obviously it's been a long journey. It's been years that we've been talking about, oh, this actor's rumored for this role, this actor's rumored for that role, this actress is rumored for Sue Storm. Like, it has been so all over the place. And then it even got to the point where we had an official cast, and it was like, okay, this is our cast. And then, oh, wait, never mind. They want too much money. We're recasting. Even though it was never even really official in the first place. It's weird. It's all over the place. And I mean, the actor strike right now really doesn't help either. But now more details are coming out, and we got a bunch of updates from a whole bunch of different places on a whole bunch of different subjects when it comes to the Fantastic Four in their first MCU movie. There's some really interesting stuff here, some stuff here that makes me really happy, some other stuff that makes me maybe less happy. But you know, we'll see. So first of all, one major detail is it is being said by Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer that this movie will be set in the 1960s, and it'll be kind of similar to Captain America the First Avenger, where by the end of the movie, they will somehow end up in present day, which is honestly, that's an idea that's been talked about quite a bit surrounding this film in the MCU as kind of a way to explain how they've been in the MCU this whole time, but like haven't been around, like why they were nowhere to be seen when the whole Thanos thing happened and all that. So that I think is really cool, and also really cool because that's of course when the Fantastic Four were originated. That's when the Fantastic Four were at their peak. So I think it's really it'll be a cool way to kind of get that kind of 1960s kind of campy OG classic comics vibe going on there. Really get that Kirby style. That's an idea that I really love, and hopefully that'll even allow for some more comics accurate suits, even if they look a little more ridiculous. I mean, it'll make sense for the time period. So that's something I'm really excited for. Now, casting, of course, the latest rumor we have is for Reed Richards when it comes to Matt Smith. So I talked about that yesterday. Matt Smith was reportedly offered the role of Reed Richards. That was a report coming out is from Daniel RPK. Which honestly, Matt Smith, I really like. I really like this casting idea. So if this ended up being the case, I would be really, really happy with it. But Reed Richards has been the one that has been the most all over the place this whole entire time. And so last night, Grace Randolph came out with another report saying, this is who I hear is on the latest Reed Richards shortlist. Matt Smith, Dev Patel, and Adam Driver, who, of course, we've talked about multiple times now. Adam Driver, he passed on the role. He was offered the role multiple times. Marvel Studios was like, hey, you want to be Reed Richards? You can be Reed Richards. And he's like, nah, I'm all set. Apparently, he read the script, and he just couldn't connect to it. And on top of that, he wanted more money than Marvel Studios was going to offer him. But now, after the strike is over, they're going to try and talk to him again. Maybe they're going to offer more money, maybe do some rewrites. I don't know what the case may be, but apparently they really, really want Adam Driver in this role. I know a lot of other people don't. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the casting. I mean, I think Adam Driver is a great actor, so he would be able to knock out the performance out of the park. But just like based on looks, he doesn't look like a Reed Richards to me. Now, these other two casting choices, Matt Smith and Dev Patel, honestly, either one I would be totally happy with. I really like both of those choices, to be completely honest. If either one of those ended up being our Reed Richards, I would be super content with that. But then we've got Sue Storm, which Sue Storm is the one casting that is, out of everything, supposedly, like, actually officially official. Obviously, at one point, we were hearing about Margot Robbie was being offered the role, but Vanessa Kirby, it's being said she is the only one that is actually signed on and has been officially cast as Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four. So she's the only official casting here that we're talking about in this video, and I've talked about this quite a bit in all my Fantastic Four videos in like the past month, that she is the one, she's the solid pick, and I think amazing casting choice. I'm really happy with this. She talked about it in an interview, and obviously she was playing coy about it, and she was just being like, oh, it would be an honor to play Sue Storm, and now it looks like she is going to be playing Sue Storm. And interestingly, even more, it is also being said that Sue Storm is actually going to be the lead of this movie, which is quite interesting because this whole time we've kind of assumed that Reed Richards would be the lead because that's kind of how it always goes. Reed is the main character of the Fantastic Four movie, and that's just how it is. But this time Sue Storm is going to be the lead, and that's something that it's unexpected. And I know a lot of people are going to freak out about it and say like it's super woke and it's just for feminism and all this stuff. But like, I think it's an interesting idea to come at it from a different perspective like this. And I don't know exactly what it's going to be like, but I'm definitely intrigued to see what it will be like. Now, when it comes to Johnny Storm, the Human Torch in the Fantastic Four, this is another one that has kind of been all over the place. Yesterday, this random report came out of nowhere saying that Jack Quaid was supposedly cast as Johnny Storm, Human Torch. Jack Quaid, I love the guy. He's a great actor and everything, but I do not want him as Johnny Storm. He's just, I think, too old for the role. And literally, like, within minutes, he went out on Twitter and debunked this report anyway. And I love how when he was debunking it, he was like, and while you're here, let's talk about the strike and let's, spread awareness on this. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, Jack Quaid is not cast on the Fantastic Four. He's not a Johnny Storm, but you know who supposedly is? Eddie Munson from Stranger Things, aka Joseph Quinn, which this is another one I've heard rumored, and it's been talked about a little bit here in the past few weeks. But not really a choice I'm a fan of. I mean, I loved him in Stranger Things Season 4. I love Joseph Quinn as an actor. I think he's a great guy. And I would love to see him in the MCU, but just not as Johnny Storm. Because I don't know, I'm just not feeling it with him. I mean, he's 29 years old, so I guess he's kind of in the age range, but I do at the same time wish our Johnny Storm was younger, closer in age to Tom Holland, more around like 25, 26 area. He's not blonde, which, I mean, to be fair, they can dye his hair and everything, but he still just looks older. Like, he looks like he's in his 30s, and that's not what I want from a Johnny Storm. Especially when you do hopefully eventually get that crossover between Tom Holland Spider-Man and Johnny Storm Human Torch. You want that dynamic to be really clear and for them to be like they're the same age. And I'm just not feeling that from him. Unfortunately. I mean, of course, as always, my top choice is still Rudy Ponkow as Human Torch. I think this is absolutely perfect. He's the same age as Tom Holland. He's got the blonde hair. He's got the whole vibe. His character in Outer Banks is basically the same as Johnny Storm. It's perfect. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like this is going to be the case, but, I've still got hope. I'm still throwing this idea out there. It would be amazing. It would be perfect. He's even said he would love to play the role, but okay, moving on. Ebon Moss-Bachrach reportedly has been officially cast in the Fantastic Four. He's officially joined the cast of this movie, but not as who you would think. So, I did a video a couple weeks ago about a rumor that he was cast, or at least in talks, to play Ben Grimm, aka The Thing, in the Fantastic Four. And that was a cast rumor that got me really excited because up until that point, we really hadn't heard much at all about the casting for The Thing, and I really had no idea where they were going to go with it. But Ebon Moss-Bachrach, I love this guy. I love him in The Bear. I loved him in Andor. I loved him in The Punisher. He's been in a whole bunch of great things over the years. I love this actor. Again, specifically in The Bear Season 2. My God, Episode 7. This character had some of the best character development I have ever seen on television. And part of that was, in fact, due to Ebon Moss-Bachrach's performance. And so I would have loved to have seen him as The Thing. And honestly, I think that would be perfect as The Thing. He has a perfect voice to play that character. Now, it's being said that he, again, has been cast in Fantastic Four, but not as The Thing. And for some weird reason, there's no reports here on The Thing. It's weird that, we're getting no updates on that character. I did see one thing mention Paul Walter Hauser, which I would also actually really love. But it was saying specifically that he was not cast as The Thing. But they're supposedly looking for, and I'm quoting this here, a fat white guy to play The Thing. So take that as you will. But anyway, Ebon Moss-Bachrach has joined the cast, not as a thing, but some people are speculating as the Silver Surfer, which is another interesting choice that I love the Silver Surfer. He is one of my top 3 favorite superheroes of all time. So I love this character, and I cannot wait to see him in the MCU. I think obviously Evan Moss Bachrach, like, he has the body and like the shape for Silver Surfer, but I don't know if I really feel it in the voice. I'd have to really think about it. But some other people were coming out and saying that he's not playing the Thing, he's not playing Silver Surfer, but instead is playing just another one of Galactus's heralds. So there's some people saying Silver Surfer might not even be in this movie, even though Galactus is the main villain. We'll talk about that in a second. But that he will be playing a different herald, and the big rumor is that Terrax is going to be in this movie. So I could definitely see Ebon Moss-Bachrach as Terrax in Fantastic Four. I think that would be great casting as well. Again, he's got that kind of deep, gravelly voice. I think that will work really well for a character like Terrax. So I really like that. Again, like I mentioned before, Galactus is going to be the main villain of this movie, which I still don't know how to feel about that, because I feel like they should pick a smaller villain for the Fantastic Four's first movie in the MCU, instead of just going right straight into this, when Galactus is a character they could build up to as the villain of a big Avengers movie at the end of a saga. You know, learn your lesson from Secret Invasion and don't do something on a smaller scale when it can be on a big Avengers movie scale. Or even build up Galactus to be the main villain at the end of the Fantastic Four trilogy. Like, start off with some smaller villains, like the Puppet Master. I don't remember the characters. There's also like Psycho Man, Mole Man. I would love to see. Maybe get some Annihilus up in here. Like, there's a lot of other great options for like smaller Fantastic Four villains they could have done. So I don't know why we're rushing right straight into Galactus, but we are. And right now it's being said that Antonio Banderas is cast, or at least has been offered the role of Galactus. And if that doesn't work out, they are looking for a Latino actor for the role, which I made a video about this months ago. I think it's an interesting casting choice. I like it. I'm down for it. Puss in Boots as Galactus. Interesting and unexpected, but I kind of like it. So, yeah. We still don't really know where we're at with this. We're probably not going to get an actual official Fantastic Four casting update, like an actual official cast, until I'd say at least D23, and that is if the strike is over by then. We will see. But for now, it is looking like our Reed Richards will be Adam Driver, Matt Smith, or Dev Patel. Our Johnny Storm is probably going to be Joseph Quinn, even though I'm not a huge fan of that choice. Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm. I love that. And no idea about the Thing, but Ebon Moss-Bachrach is in the movie and could possibly be playing Terrax, as well as Antonio Banderas as Galactus. So, there you have it, people. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are your casting choices for the Fantastic Four? Are you happy with these? Do you want different actors? So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.